Serious. I had a crew guy one time, he was walking by the back of the car and we hit the throttle and it blew his eardrum out. Next thing you know, he's over like this and blood running out his ears. So it blew your eardrum. So just, you know, plug your ear. I mean, he was right next to it, which is a little bit serious. I'll tell you a little bit about Top Fuel Car real quick, then we'll start at the front, right? Now we'll start at the back. How about that's more interesting. So that rear wing, these rear wings have about 10,000 pounds of downforce at about 300 miles an hour. So 10,000 pounds. So if you can imagine taking two cars and sitting them on the back of the car, that's how much downforce they have at 300 miles an hour. A lot of that, you know, obviously to keep the tires from spinning going down the track. But even with that, Top Fuel Car can spin the tires with all the downforce. The main method of stopping these cars is parachutes. So these two little silver, look like backpacks on the back here, those are parachutes in there. When those come out at 300 miles an hour, it takes the car from 300 to 200 in like 1 second. So it's basically, it's like you hit a wall. When those parachutes come out, it stops fast. So when you take off, you're actually accelerating at about 6.5 Gs of acceleration, 6 Gs, this way. And then when you pull the parachutes, they de-accelerate at 7 Gs. So you get kind of thrown around a lot in there. That's a lot of fun. These Top Fuel cars, they don't have a transmission in them. They have what we call high gear only. So it's like taking your stick shift car and putting it in like 5th gear or 6th gear, mashing the gas pedal down. What do we got? Oh, we got a soaring hawk and a little bird attacking him. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's funny. So, at any rate, yeah, Top Fuel cars, no transmission. The reason why you have a transmission is to multiply the torque in the engine. Well, these engines make, basically they're saying 10,000 horsepower. So we make 10,000 horsepower, we don't need to multiply nothing, all right? The car weighs about 2,200 pounds and makes 10,000 horsepower. So we got a pretty good power to weight ratio. The engine is 500 cubic inch, and it's a strictly Top Fuel engine. Everything's custom made in there, but it's kind of based on old 426 Chrysler Hemi, like in some of the early muscle cars. Kind of about the same engine, but everything's totally custom made for a Top Fuel car. The fuel tank is in the front of the car. That little scoop on the front, that's a fuel tank bin. And when these cars are under wide open throttle, they're burning almost 2 gallons a second of fuel. Can you imagine that? So your mileage is not very good when you burn 2 gallons per second, right? So basically a quarter-mile run under wide open throttle, well, actually in one run we burn about 12 or 13 gallons of nitro, and it costs about 30 bucks a gallon. So not really good for good mileage and economy. And if you ever notice, you'll see in a minute here, but the car, there'll be a lot of fumes coming out of the thing. And those birds up there, they probably won't be around here. You won't see birds flying around on drag race ever. They just don't like that smell. But me, we like it. At any rate, so I guess what we're going to do, we did a raffle for who's going to sit in the dragster. $10 for your chance to sit in a Top Fuel car, 10,000 horsepower. So it's only $1 per 1,000. That's pretty good. When have you felt $1 per 1,000 horsepower? If it falls off the stand, Bobby sat in the car a few years ago and we fired it up, and of all the times for it to happen, the jack stand broke. So Bobby about went taking off across the thing, and somebody asked him after that, and they said, "What do you think, Bobby?" And he said, "That was almost as exciting as winning the Daytona 500. Yeah, that was pretty wild. And I just saw Cliff Champion here. What's up, buddy? If you guys ever do any things over at the lake, he's got that one. It's a big party boat out on the lake, Champion Charter. So that is a lot of fun. So see Cliff and get some information, because that is a great place to have a party out on the lake. Okay, any more takers? $10 for your chance to sit in the Top Fuel car. And we whack the gas. What about you, Tony?
I'm afraid.
You scared? Tony's scared. What about you, Harry? Oh, jeez. You know, if I sit in there, you'll fit, so you don't got to worry about that. Oh, Tony.
If it takes off,
Here, I'll tell him here. So basically, what we're going to do is you got your clutch animator and your throttle pedal. You don't need to touch it. The only one that you're going to need to do is the brake. I'm going to give you a signal. So basically, don't touch the brake until I give you the signal. I'm going to give you the signal, and I'm going to say, like this, and that means you pull on that sucker
in the back of it.
as hard as you can, because we're going to hit the throttle. It'll be in gear, and we're going to hit the throttle. So that is what's holding the car. So you got to hold it like your life depended on it, because it just might.
All right.
All right.
I don't want to be like Bobby. I don't really know if I'm going to pocket.
Right. Yeah.
It's paid up. And it's probably worth more than I'm alive. That's what my wife says here.
All right, put about 40% more in it.
She needs the money. Okay. Where's the earphone?
Man, this is great. I got to. Get it shake. I'm not oiling that thing out.
Whose phone's that right there?
Rick's got to tape it.
Okay, so like I said, it's going to start, and it won't be all that loud. And then once it gets going, you'll start making some noise. Okay? What he's going to pour.
My dad had to be
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
great. I could be addicted to it. Brought him by my seat. Got the gas to it.
Well, there you go, guys.